Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon replay cast, and today it is a 1 vs 1 between our Red 4 player, FuZZzBaLL, and our Blue 4 player, Keyadoria, and we are going to speed this up just a little bit to the 10x mark until all the units start to head out, as the beginning of the game, as usual, is just a preliminary setup between these players, picking their first units that will be moving out when the timer counts down. And here we go. They are now moving out, and we will check what is going on over on the left side here. We have lots of infantry and some anti-air moving over. A helicopter push is pushing through the center here, going right for Delta on the right side. We have a little bit of troops and a little bit of armor going over with some recon as well. For the Blue 4 player, we have some helicopters moving up the center here. And on the right side, we have virtually nothing except for this Lynx with a CV to capture Bravo, so he can bring some land through Bravo. The majority of his forces going right up the center here. Lots of armor with these STRV 105s with that 105mm cannon. And we have the an automatic and an LV KV 90 moving through. Is capable of attacking ground, but is mostly an anti-air weapon, as well as the automatic. Can attack ground as well, but mostly used as anti-air. Fennec TOW, launch and tow missiles at the armor that was coming through for our Red 4 player. He did manage to get to the woods here to seek some cover. And there is some anti-air Mistrals here as well that took down the helicopters there. Moving in with these OH Ninjas with the infrared rockets. Now need to back out of there a little bit. And there's really nothing they can do further here. Armor's rushing up through the center here, just destroying everything in their path. He's just moving in a quick path all the way up the center. And these Rangers here do have 66mm heat rockets and should take out one of these armored vehicles here before they lose their troops entirely. KM 900 here, but only a 12.7mm. Not going to do too much to this armor here. And this Mistral here is anti-air as well and gets completely destroyed. Now the STRV 105s still moving forward here. And a battle ensuing over here, but just Kuskagers against all this infantry that was brought over by the Red 4. Red 4 has a commanding presence on the right side as well, and not too much here. They did take Bravo, so he's able to bring some troops up this way. The LV KV 90 moving up here as well. We'll start firing on this F4E Peace Pheasant soon. If it decides to go, nope, doesn't go over there. H1T, that is, launching tow rockets at this armored vehicles here. And Wildcat almost gets destroyed, actually goes after that one. STRV 105 stunned, gets destroyed by tow rockets as well. Wildcat Recon is being fired upon, but it is in the woods now, so it's a little bit hidden. Armored vehicle was destroyed as well. F-16 flying through, was trying to get to that Pheasant. Not in time, though. And so the armor push was thwarted to some degree there. And Red 4 also piling up a little bit of troops here, so we have some Rangers on the left side to watch any troops moving there. We have some troops moving up in these XA-180s. And we'll see what he's got here. He's got Volskamjägers. Gonna hold them in the city there. And on the right side, commanding presence. We have some recon over here as well. And lots of anti-air. And a little bit of anti-ground. We have this Saklos missiles, excuse me there, can't talk today apparently, with 2,450 meter range when they set those up, so very, very good against armor, but no armor pushing up through here yet, and still no CV and Alpha to take that. Not many CVs from Red 4 either, not taking Delta or Charlie or Hotel, even though he pretty much commands all of those. So currently it is 8+0+0, block 552D, getting shot at by the automatic there. May actually lose this. And almost evac'd, and soon he will be evac'd off the map, and gonna make it. And the Peace Pheasant now moving across electric optical missiles. Start launching at some of these. We'll probably launch at the automatic here and see if he gets that kill or not. Indeed, destroys the automatic. The push from the Blue 4 player on the left side is pretty much has been completely thwarted, and the Jupiter now moving up with a recon squad inside. Or rather, just the recon itself in the Jupiter, mind you. Now moving up to the left side as well, up to Delta. But gotta watch out as there's so many forces up here. Can hide in the woods here, but definitely needs to capture Alpha. and Foxtrot, and he could have a commanding lead right off the bat. This blue 4 player could capture both of those. Red 4 player not really capturing either, waiting a little while to do so. He brought out into Charlie here. Would be very easy to capture by putting a CV possibly in these woods. Very easy to capture Delta as well. And he sort of has Hotel, although it wouldn't be so easy for him to capture Hotel with the Wildcat Recon right in the front there. But could easily capture Charlie and Delta, which would give him a 3-point lead. Tow Rocket's moving over to the left side here, or rather the right side if you look at it from the blue 4. And moving over these woods here, but unfortunately there's Short Arrow moving up Sam site, and he may not make it here. Trying to land, he will go down in altitude to try and hide, but there's really nothing for him to attack either around here. Not a lot of armor over on the right side there. Battle ensuing here now as these Jaegers move forward. They are recon, and they have been spotted by 2 other recons and will lose out pretty quickly. Where this recon in the center here is not in any cover, so they are very easily stunned moving up here with that 25mm and going right after those Jaegers. And only 5 left. If it gets too close, they will use those 84mm heat rockets on that recon vehicle and may actually lose it. But he's rushing up so quickly, they really don't have the chance. Only 1 man left in the squad, and he was attempting to use it, but didn't get the chance. So Red 4 will now be able to push into Alpha on this right side as well. Still nothing too much going on in Hotel. Both sides just content with holding down. Peace Pheasant roaming around, trying to find something to attack, but it is evac'd because of a lack of fuel. And we're moving up a Scania here to resupply some troops up this way. And we also have another Hawk moving up to try and get that Peace Pheasant that keeps moving along with those electric optical missiles, and anything that is nearby it will just launch at. But with these Hawks here, with the radar missiles, we'll be able to attack it from very far. 4,200 meters, actually, which is quite far. Recon vehicle is moving forward here, but the Wildcat is there. 25mm, it may be able to destroy that. Indeed, it's already going to start firing on it, and it is destroyed instantly. Absolutely no armor on that vehicle. Moving up some additional troops here, the Jupiter. And we have CV-90s moving up as well. NM-135 is moving into this wood line, but got to get in there as soon as possible. As there's that recon vehicle. However, it is out of ammunition entirely. So it's basically up to these 40mm frags to take care of these troops. These Gewehrmen here are going to eat 40mm frags all day until they get into that wood line. And 40mm frags do very high damage to troops. And only 14 of them, and they are stunned and panicked, so they are trying to get into those woods there. Still, the Red 4 has a commanding lead on the right side here, and has now captured Charlie, giving him a 2-point lead. Should he capture Delta, he would have a 3-point lead. Neither side really bringing out any kind of CVs at the moment. And that Peace Pheasant flying overhead, and it's going to get attacked by that block fighter, and loses that Peace Pheasant. Is destroyed and will go down. And almost on the road there. UH-60s moving across here, but I'm not sure they have too much business being here, as those Hawks there took them out in a quick instant, as they were virtually point-blank range for anti-air there. And now launching some tow missiles at this STRV-103. And it's just going to eat tow missiles because it was on the edge of the woods. It was spotted. These Rangers now trying to move into this wood line here to get some sight on the incoming blue 4 player. His initial attack was thwarted. He had lots of armor that was moving up, and he actually destroyed lots in this wood line, pretty much the entire Red 4 force. But once he got up here, he was destroyed by mostly tow missiles, as he really didn't bring enough anti-air to take out the tow missile helicopters that took out his armor line. So there is that. Both sides just chilling here. Gewehrmen have moved through the woods here, and they're now attacking recon troops and forcing them back. We have the CV-90 now moving forward with the 30mm to try and attack these recon as well, and they have nowhere to go at the moment. Anana with the 105 millimeter attacked it all the way from over there. That was a very long range attack. And now the blue 4 has control of this wood line here. Although it is still in control of red 4 now as a CV in alpha. And Charlie's giving him a +4 lead on his opponent, winning very quickly with a +4. Now Stormer's going at it with a Buntai. Neither side not too great at destroying troops. None of them have napalm or frags. So they'll just be going at it for a while here. 4 troops left. In this group, we will probably lose out, but the KM900 could move in on these troops here and do some damage with that 12.7, although he would probably lose it because of that 84 millimeter Kara Gustav. But at least you could do some damage to it and defend your CV that is in a very dangerous position by those Stormers. However, the Nana comes in, but the Jaegers launch that 84 at it and almost destroys it, about 4 points of health, and is destroyed by that TOW. Ending that. However, the Mistral destroys the TOW helicopter as well. An eye for an eye, I suppose. Block 15 evac did not get the kill. Is now successfully evacuating out. Rangers versus Build-A-Cat here. The Rangers can pull out that 66 down to 3 points of health here and launches another 66 rocket and destroying that recon push from our blue 4 player. Volscom Jaeger moving across here, and they're right in front of that CV, and he found this CV, and he will destroy these troops, and once he destroys these troops, it will fall, and he will no longer have that +2 lead. And now our blue 4 player is bringing a CV of his own. As you can see, it was queued up right here. Going to bring it into those woods, which will even out the score should he capture Alpha. And that will be a +0-0. However, he's very far behind at the moment with only 3 points. So if the timer runs down in about 30 minutes there, 28 minutes, he will still lose the game as he is so far behind in points. And Delta was now captured by our red 4 player finally, and it is a +3 advantage now. So capturing Alpha now for our blue 4 player will only have his opponent at a +1 lead. So he will still be losing after capturing Alpha. He needs to capture Foxtrot. It's a very simple thing to do, capturing Foxtrot. Just carry in another CV there and capture that. It just probably just doesn't have the funds to do that. 2 Hawks about to go off on this Peace Pheasant there, launching those missiles, and did not take anything out, so a total waste of a jet there. And almost took out something, I'm not really sure. Didn't really hit. 2 Hawks firing, and took out that Peace Pheasant in a quick hurry. Lots of red 4 now moving into this wood line here. Lots of troop carriers and troops all getting out of them and running through the wood line, and the RV has been spotted by our red 4 player. And he knows it's there, so he put an attack. He put an attack logo on here so that he can remember exactly where it's at. And now his troops are trying to get there. Going to be a little hard, though. Maybe get to the end of here and actually go through this thin wood line. Or through this way. However, there are some troops. There's a TOW here, but it is only for vehicles. And we have some Gewehrmen there, but only 6. So this is very vulnerable at the moment. And we have an HKP-4C moving in with troops inside, and the Build-A-Cat also moving in. Going to get a hold of this KM900 here. We'll see if he can actually take it out before it gets in the wood line and hides itself. Nope, indeed. Now these Gewehrmen going to be in trouble soon here. And launching at these Buntais that are moving across. They are a distraction at this point. Now, we have a whole bunch of 130 millimeter rockets moving in and destroyed that rover, putting our red 4 player back at a +3 advantage because he destroyed that CV rover with this barrage of 130 millimeter rockets. Rangers now moving in from this wood line all the way over to this wood line and pushing in. Still nothing going on at Hotel. Neither side can really push at each other here. Lots of anti-air and anti-ground there. And the Jupiter is moving up again to get a recon site. Should just leave it in the wood line there and view all this. Red 4 moving in abundance into this wood line and this wood line here. And this Wildcat is going to be in trouble as soon as these Buntais see it or get fired upon. 84 millimeter rockets will take it out in a quick hurry. Possibly just 1 rocket would destroy it. It has almost no armor there. 2 frontal armor, that is it. simply not enough. However, these Buntai were unaware that it was in there, and they tried to launch a rocket, but it missed. So he will keep that Wildcat recon so he can see everything going on around here. Perhaps not down this way. The wood line is blocking his vision. But I gotta get inside this small town here and get some cover in those houses. And FuZZzBaLL, indeed, as you can see, 70% of the conquest points needed. He is at 355 out of 500. His opponent only 3 of 500, so winning very quickly. Fennec 20mm moving in. Very good at destroying ground units. However, all these troops here in the wood line, they are too close and simply can't see into the wood line and get destroyed by these troops, as well as these short arrow rocket launchers, these SAM site launching from very far away, 3,325 meters away. Fennec 20mm moving up again. Another group of 2 of them. Only 2 rockets left in this SAM. That should be more than enough. Missed the first one there, and another one will be launching soon. And he's already backing those out. Wildcat is moving forward here, but can't really see anything. It is too far away. On these Buntai firing back at these 20mm Fennecs. However, they're in trouble here because the Fennecs are pretty good and going to destroy them in a quick hurry. Wildcat is moving at that SAM site, and he's trying to chase it down here. Wildcat has quite the range with that 25mm and destroys that SAM, so now he doesn't have to worry too much about his troops here. Block gets shot down by a Block 52D. Something or another. Looks like his block did fall, as both of them brought out fighters, and one of them lost. Hotel has now been taken by the Red 4 player, so now it is a +4 advantage. So Hotel was finally taken by somebody at the very least. Still, Foxtrot not even bothered to take it, and I think that's going to be, if the Blue 4 loses this game, that will be his downfall, is just simply not taking that. Although taking it now really wouldn't help him all that much. He would only have his opponent would have a +3 advantage still, but he just didn't bother taking that, and you really can't play too good of a game if you don't bother taking the territories that are directly in front of your base. Although taking Bravo first was a good idea, so you can get the land out on the right side. But not taking Foxtrot at all is just a little bit silly. Toe's moving up, and Fennec 20s. Toe launches and destroys that troop carrier there. Buntai's now moving through, and Fennecs should be able to finish those off. And these Fennecs are completely out of ammunition. 0 out of 480. Need to take that back to base or bring up a Scania to rearm that. Buntai's in big trouble here with these 20mm and get destroyed instantly. 20mm so good against troops. And now backing up a little bit. These Rangers do see what's going on here. And so he could bring up something to destroy those soon, but it is 493 to 500. It looks like it is GG now. He's just now sending a rover up there. You can see this rover was going right about here. So just now, that is way too late. 7 points before you're about to lose the game is simply unacceptable. And loses the game, leaving our Red 4 player FuZZzBaLL the winner. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay, and I will see you guys next time.